Okay, guys, are you there?
Yes, teacher. I'm here.
Did you get your smokes, Mr. Checho?
Yes, teacher.
I hope you don't smoke in front of the
No,
people.
no, teacher.
Oh,
Obviously not.
thank you. Why not?
No.
Karen, don't forget to turn off your cell phone or your computer, okay? So remember, guys, at the moment you begin presenting, you need to turn your camera on. Relax, guys, relax. I'll tell you when to begin. Mr. Sergio is going to be number one.
Yes, teacher.
Mateo is
I'm
number
ready.
two. Laura is number three. Karen is number four. And Daniel is number five. That is the order, yes?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher, it's okay.
Okay, right now we are streaming live. I hope. So I'm going to send now the link to the first teachers. So they begin to, no, I'm going to send them at the same time, I think. Why not? So if they are all here, I mean, but no, let's send them to the first two. So give me 1 second, Checho. Mm, Caro. Okay, guys. Good morning. Welcome to our Upper D presentations. This is a good opportunity for students to demonstrate to many students at the Colombo what they have accomplished in these months being at the Colombo. This group is super intensive. So as you may know, the super intensive is um, a course that takes less days than normal. So they do um, for example, they do one cycle, 2 cycles in a month. The intensives in the evening or in the morning do one cycle in 1 month. So obviously what the intensive people take is going to be more than the super intensive. Okay, so that's why they finish this course so fast. So I'm going to introduce our first speaker. So I need to let him share, so you can begin sharing right now, Mr. Checho.
All right. Good morning, guys, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to share with you my presentation. Okay. Today, I'm going to share with you a piece of knowledge that I have. I am a veterinarian and I have a little bit of experience in this. And please pay attention because this is important information for the ones that want to get a new pet. And remember that acquiring a new pet is a very big responsibility. Okay. And with that, I'm going to start. What do I need to know before I get a new pet? It is important because for many Colombians, a pet is an important part of the family, but while owning a pet can be a extremely rewarding experience, it is important to remember that pet ownership is a huge responsibility. As a pet owner, you will need to be committed to providing for all the needs that they require in the life, like food, exercise, housing, grooming, veterinary care, all with high price. It is absolutely essential that you truly research about the pet that you want to get, like not only cats and pets. It could be a serpent, it could be a rodent, it could be a bird. All that, all that species, they need an special care, and you need to research about. Uh, Purchasing never should be an impulse decision, because you need to know that in Colombia, shelters receive every year thousands and thousands of animals. And that it could be a result of an ill-considered decision, because they don't have the resources or time to take care of the pet. Okay, next question. Sorry. Am I prepared to care for a pet for its whole life? It's an important to know that the average lifespan of a pet, it could be something between 12 to 15 years in normal pets like cats and dogs, and some of them get to 20 years. The world record now of a living pet, it's a cat that has 29 years now. It is at 29 years this year. Um, um, you will need to be prepared not only for take care of the puppy of a kitten, because you know they are extremely cute and adorable. But you need to be prepared for the life of the pet in an adult, in their adult, like something like big dogs. They need a special way means of care, like a special means of exercise, and they have a teachable appetite. Teachable appetite is something like my dog that is a big bulldog. He eats a bag of 18 kilograms a month, 200K only input every month. You need to be prepared for that. Okay, can I afford a pet? There are many costs involved in owning a pet. The upfront cost of pet can include vaccination and desexing. Desexing is the procedure of eliminating their reproductive means like OVH and orchiectomy, elimination of their testicles or the ovaries and uterus in females. However, you will need to prepare two costs like food, deworming, that is the elimination of the internal parasites, annual health checks, veterinary bills, training, toys, and all the things that I mentioned before. They could be really, really expensive, and you need to be prepared in order to if an emergency happen or occur, you will also need to be prepared. You can ensure the payment to the veterinary emergency care, and it could be really cost. It could be something between 2,000K and 1 million pesos, only for the special care. That's something that could occur an emergency. You need to be aware of that. And my last question, and the most important thing, do I understand how to take care for a pet? You need to know that, how I mentioned before, it is our responsibility as a pet owner that you truthfully know the basic requirement that of your chosen pet. You should consider before acquiring a pet, or if you want to purchase an special pet, and a special breed, like the ones that are trend now, that are the flat-faced one, or brachiocephalic, like Boston Terrier, French Bulldog, Pug, and something like that. You need to know that they have really a special care, because they have many diseases like skin, joint, allergies, and it will be something that you need to truthfully care. So you too need to consider an adoption. It's a really special opportunity to you enjoy the care of an old dog, of an old animal that could be abandoned. It could be another special experience. There's also, you need to know that if you choose a high budget species, they need not only money, but they need about a daily special care that you need to take care out. You need to treat their wounds or need to give them medicine, and you need to be prepared for that. If you have a lifestyle that you are that you take many time away from home, you need to ensure someone who take care of the needs of your dog. And the last part of the information is like you need to know that if your landlord permits the admission of pets in the home that you are right now, because some people tend to buy, man, I want to buy a pet, and they buy them, and when they get them, the landlord doesn't permit to get the animal, and that's one of the means that they get to take that out from the house. Okay, and I think with that piece of information, I could finish my presentation. Okay, thank you for your time.
Okay, Mr. Sergio, very nice and very interesting information about the caring of pets. So in the audience, it's important that you see that owning a pet is not that easy. It's a big responsibility. So if you have any question to Dr. Checho, please send them to the YouTube stream, or somebody can ask a question, please. Any questions about pets that you have? I don't know. I think owning a pet is, I mean, it's expensive because, for example, my wife, not me, my wife has 2 cats. I mean, they love me too. I mean, I don't think they know that I don't love them, but no, I do too. But the problem is that they are expensive. I mean, a 25 kilo of good food for cats could cost 100,000. And that lasts like 2 months because we have 2. So,
yeah.
But it's good company. I mean, it's good company to have because pets can be part of the family, okay?
No, and normally in high budget species like the ones are in trend now, you need to know that there's a lottery. If you have really lucky, I think it could be something between 3 million to 4 million years in only cost of them. If only have one disease, like normal skin diseases. Like in my experience, I had three bulldogs in my life. The one that I have is the third one. It has 10 years now, and a year. I think we spend something between 10 to 15 million in their care.
Okay, doctor. Thank you very much. I mean, nice.
Thank you.
Nice information. So now we are going to go to Mateo Lopez. He's going to be our next presenter. So he's going to talk about a hobby that many people have, I imagine, because it's a nice hobby to have. So Mateo, go ahead whenever you're ready. You can share the screen. Tell me if you have any problems.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, very well. Go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Mateo Lopez. I am a visual designer, and today I'm going to talk about photography. Is my hobby. I started with this activity when I was going to start my studies in the college. I searched some information about the program, and I saw that I would have some courses about photography, and I bought my first camera, and I start with my learning process. What is photography? Photography is a process. Is the process of capturing light via digital sensor or chemical film in order to create an image. I think photography is a way of communication. I like to think photography like a universal language because I can take a picture in Colombia and post it in a social network, and someone in other place in the world can see the picture and understand what I want to say. Mm, okay, I am going to give you some dates about its history. The first camera was created in or after 1800, but since the time of Greece, optics was already studied. And how you know, optics is the basis of photography. In 1600, the dark camera appeared. This was a black box, and it had a wall in one of its walls, and the light passed through the wall, reflecting an image in the back wall. Some artists used this process in order to create his sketch. Mm, the first permanent photo appeared in 1826 is this picture that you can see. This picture was taken with some chemicals and a metal plate. The reaction between the light and chemicals and the metal create the image. In 1839, the daguerreotype was created, and this machine used the same technology or process as the previous one, but is a little better. You can see the difference between this picture and this picture. After this, in 1888, the first camera Kodak was launched, and this is important because this camera introduced the photofilm reel. This reel allowed to take 100 shots, and this ability makes photography more accessible. Other important things or steps in the history of photography was the following. In 1817 appeared the color photo appeared. This was achieved using some filters, and then the first instant camera was launched by Kodak in 1948. This camera allowed to take a physical picture in maybe 1 minute, more or less. And in the last part of the history, the digital photography appeared in 1975, and this camera took a picture with 0.0 megapixels, and this picture was in black and white. Okay, and from here, photography continued with his development until becoming what we can see today. Okay, now I am going to show you some of my pictures, and I would like to talk about my favorite picture. Is the picture that you can see in the right side of the screen on the top is the picture in Manizales Center. I like this picture because I think it's a contrast between the past and present. I took this picture some years ago, but the atmosphere in the picture seems like a earlier time. And in general, I like how the pictures looks, and visually this picture have some things and elements that guide our view throughout the image, and this create a route. I think these elements make the picture more interesting, and is all my presentation. Thank you so much.
Okay, Mateo, very good. I see that you can take great pictures. For example, the one that you described and the one in with the sunset. That's Manizales too, yes, the one next to the monkey.
Yes, it's in Chipre.
Oh man, we indeed have beautiful sunsets in this city.
Manizales is
Wow,
good.
Manizales is the best.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Mateo, thank you very much. I mean, I don't know if I have questions from anybody about photography, but thank you. We have some good
Okay, teacher.
comments from the people that are watching. Congratulations to both of you, Checho and Sergio from Professor Alexander Duque. Thank you for your comments. Mr. Alexander is asking, where did you study, Mr. Mateo?
In University of Caldas, visual
Caldas
design.
University. Okay, visual design, Mr. Frey. Okay, thank you very much, Mateo. Very nice.
Thank you too, teacher.
Nicely done. Thank you. Okay, now we are going to talk about books, I think. So our next presenter is Laura from El Fresno, Tolima.
Yes.
So she's going to be our next presenter. She's going to talk about a book.
Okay.
So let me see. Okay, go ahead, Laura.
Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. How are you? I hope you are very well today. Today, I'm going to tell you about a great book. The name of the book is The Secret. This. Okay, The Secret, created by Rhonda Byrne. First of all, this is an experience of my life, a personal testimony, and I hope that some of these can help you. Okay, I'm going to tell you how was my life before reading this book. I was a totally different person from I am today. My life was very messy and too crazy before. I had self-esteem problems. I suffered from anxiety, mental problems too. You can't imagine everything. My life was the worst in my past. I also had problems with my parents, with my friends, with my teachers, with all the people around me, okay? With many people. I remember that I didn't like my life. I didn't want to live anymore. One day, I remember I tried to commit suicide with some medications. I remember this was in Cali. I was with my father in that time. But my dad managed to take me to the hospital. I thank God for that. If it hadn't been like that, I wouldn't be here telling you this, my experience. One day I was walking through the streets of Cali with my dad. I remember that an old woman was selling books on a corner, and I bought that book in this place. I just wanted to help her with a purchase, no more. I just want this. I really didn't care about the book. I didn't like to read. No. But one day I had nothing to do. I started reading this book. To be honest, really every page I read was amazing, was incredible. This book helps everyone have, for example, health, fortune, and happiness. It has many stories from real life about overcoming. I feel that this book was a method to lose fear, anxiety, stress, problems. I don't know, many things. What more? To learn to value that I have. Since I read this book, I began to love my life more, to value my parents, the good people that I have with me, to be more responsible in many things, in my school, in my house, in every place, and more to respect people, and most importantly, I learned to love myself. If I hadn't read this book, I think I wouldn't be here telling you my story of overcoming. For all the people who are listening to me now, if you have ever gone through situations that are too difficult for you, I recommended that you read this book. I promise you, it will change your life. And this is my story of overcoming. And finally, I would like to know if a book has changed someone's life. If so, please tell me. I don't know.
Okay, Laura, let's wait to
Nobody.
see if somebody is asking questions about books.
Okay.
Because books indeed can change people's lives, okay?
Yes.
It has happened to me personally, and I know too many people that have experienced the power of reading. And I always recommend that students in class and outside of class, obviously, read, because reading is a very important part of the process of the English
Read is
process,
really
okay?
important for our lives.
So
Yes.
I don't know if somebody would like to ask Laura a question. Alexander is congratulating you again, Lauris.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
teacher.
Thank
So
you, teacher.
anybody
Thank
have
you so much.
questions about books? I mean, anybody that has experienced a change through a book? Because today is reading, because our next presenter is going to also talk about a book. So Laura, thank you very
Different book.
much.
You're
Yes, a
welcome,
different
teacher.
one. So let's wait for Karen to continue.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Thank
Laura, you
you.
can. Okay, no, thank you. Very interesting, very powerful. And
Thank you, teacher.
especially the way it changed your life, and now you're a different person. That is
Thank you for
powerful.
listening to me.
Okay,
It's really important for me.
no problem. Thank you. Okay, Karen is our next presenter. She's also going to talk about a book that impacted her life. So go ahead, Karen, whenever you're ready. You can begin sharing the screen.
Okay.
Okay,
Hello,
we can
guys.
see it. Okay, go
Hello,
ahead.
guys. Okay, teacher. Hello, guys. Today I will talk about a book that had a great importance in my life. Since it's all about issues that are expensive on a daily basis, and it has type of solution for this. Okay, the most important issues, in my opinion, are the family, love, and truth. They are issues that we have daily relationship with, and that on many occasions we feel tired, of the same thing and of having everything the other way around. Well, the book clarifies the importance of text things, and we realize that many times we make mistakes unconsciously. Sorry. Okay, I will start talking about love, which is summarized in this poem. Okay. If love were numbered, it would be one. If love were food, it would be a huge plate of spaghetti. If love had a shape, it would be a circle. If love were an animal, it would be a bear. If love were a person, it would be a gigant. If love were an object, it would be a door. If love walked, it would walk barefoot. If love were clothes, it would be a coat. If love were color, it wouldn't be red. If love were a tear, it would be cry. If love were a song, it would be kiss me a lot. If love were painting, it would be a strut. If love were a saying, it would be, it would be better late than never. If love were a request, it would be love. Okay. Let's talk about the truth. Although I don't believe that truth exists, there is a concept that we can associate with the word, and this is that of sincerity. Through my life, I have been slow to discover that being free is being. But their thoughts, but their feelings, but everything, they are not to discover who they are because they touch us from an early age that being sensitive is being weak, that being sincere is not being thoughtful. Has being strong is not crying, that being authentic is being ridiculous, but they don't teach us to love yourself as we are. Okay, this image speaks about the truth. Okay. Have you ever seen someone hold the truth in their hands and share it? The truth never resides in the hands of an egoist. And finally, I'm saying something about the family. As children, the only thing we wanted were toys and spend with your parents. Now we want many more things, and we are living them as in the background, without knowing the importance of enjoying every moment with them, because life is a second, and we when less think everything can go away. Okay, in life we live from experience, and I believe that those who have the most right to give us are our parents. Since that is what we fight for from the beginning of our life. For how important it is that parents give their children the weapons to get ahead, and in most cases this does not happen. There are children who had to get used to living without their parents from an early age, and there are some who, despite having them always, they don't know how to take advantage of them. Okay, finally, this image tell about family. Okay, the family where life begins and love never ends. And okay, guys, thank you for your attention.
Okay, Karen, thank you very much. Love, truth, and the family. Okay, those three things I think are important in any person's life. So Okay, I have some questions. The topic of the presentation was a book. And then what is the name of the book, Karen, again?
Talking alone.
Talking
The
Alone,
book
that is the name of
Talking
the
Alone.
book, okay?
Yes.
So, okay, books that change people's lives are part of our presentations today. Okay, thank you guys for those comments. Yes, thank you, Fernando Alonso. Life is too short. We have to spend it with family and those we love. Thank you, Mr. Monroy. Okay, guys, so now for our last presentation. I don't know how many of you enjoy Epic, the Avengers, Epic movies, the Avengers, and all these types of comics that attract so many people. So Daniel Rojas is going to be our last presenter. So he's going to talk a little bit about the truth from where these movies come, okay? So Daniel, go ahead. I think that image is going to express the idea of your presentation. So go ahead, Daniel, you can turn your microphone on. Thank you. And begin.
Okay. Can you see the
Yes, perfect.
screen? Okay. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to speak about mythology. As the teacher said, specifically about Nordic mythology. So I chose the most representative myth in Nordic mythology, that is the Ragnarok. The Ragnarok is the equivalent for the apocalypse in the Christian tradition, and also tell us how specifically how die some Nordic gods. So before to explain you what happens in the Ragnarok, I need to introduce to you some main characters for this myth. One of these, and the most important for me, is Loki, as you can see here. Loki is the king of the lies, achieving even to live in middle of gods when he never is in one of this. In this image, you can see Jormungandr and Fenrir. They are Loki's sons. They are giants, and they are so important in the development of this myth. Here you can see Odin, father of all, the main god in between the gods. Thor, his son, and Heimdall. Thor, god of thunder, and Heimdall, the guardian of the Bifrost, the guardian of Asgard. In this image, you can see the Bifrost. The Bifrost is a bridge, a rainbow bridge that connect Asgard with all the another worlds. You can see the Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil is a giant tree. It's an ash that represents the universe for the Viking tradition. You can see Asgard. You can see the Bifrost. Even you can see Jormungandr and the bot. And the last one image is for Sword. So Sword is an enemy of Asgard and Odin. It's a giant. It's a fire giant, the king of the fire kingdom. It's a really strong enemy from Asgard. Okay, I'm gonna start with the Ragnarok. The Ragnarok begins with a long winter that is called Fimbulvert, and it starts too with a big earthquake. So after 3 years of winter, Loki achieves to break free from the prison that Odin's had for him. He goes to hell looking for revenge. And in the hell, Hela, his daughter, was waiting for him. She had prepared an army of undead waiting for Loki too. as you can see there at the bottom of the image. So Loki would use a ship that is called Nagfar. And as a curious fact, this ship was made from fingernails of the dead. So using this ship, Loki would lead his army, get out from the hell, to meeting up with Sword and his own army and his sons, and together they are going to charge to Asgard using the Bifrost. As you can see, the last image at the bottom. In this image, Heimdall is blowing his horn in order to wake the gods, calling them to the battle, to the imminent battle. So I'm gonna show you some image from this battle. In the first one, there are Odin and his horse and Fenrir. So in this battle, Fenrir is Odin, and in Thor to it, Fenrir is killed by one of the Odin sons. Thor kills Jormungandr, as you can see, but Thor's died because of the injuries of his fight. And this image is a general image about all the fights in this war. As you can see Valkyria, you can see Odin, you can see Fenrir, you can see a lot of gods, you can see the army and undeads fighting with the army of Odin from the Valhalla. After all this battle, full of death and destruction, Sword kills the last god. He was Frey, and after kill Frey, Sword destroyed all of Asgard. So, on contrary, as we can think, the Ragnarok wasn't the ends of the times. Also, the Ragnarok, actually Ragnarok was the reborn of the world. So the world reborn like a paradise to be repopulated from the herbivores, 2 human herbivores, and they were leprosy, and they are destined to repopulate the world. So that's a briefly summary of the Ragnarok. That is a topic that I enjoy a lot. So if you have some question about it, I would enjoy to answer.
Thank you very much. Very well done, Mr. Daniel. The pictures were really impacting and great. I mean, great pictures, especially the last one. Wow. Okay, I told the students yesterday that I'm not I don't like the Avengers movies. I tried again with the last one. I didn't like it with, I think it was the Black Widow, yes? Your microphone, Mr. Daniel. I didn't like the last one. I don't know if you enjoy it. I didn't like it. I don't know what the audience thinks, but these movies are always good. I have always enjoyed a lot of the Ring type of movies. That's my favorite ones. So, but anyway, Mr. Daniel, thank you. You have some comments for teacher Alexander. He says that he also enjoys mythology. So, thank you, Mr. Duque, and thank you for the rest of the teachers that so kindly were present today. So with this last presentation, we say goodbye, and we really appreciate you being here, okay? I hope you enjoy these guys trying really hard to express English in their best way. This is part of the process. So I will see you later, guys, in a future occasion. So bye-bye, and thank you for being here again, okay? Thanks for all the teachers that participated and accepted my invitation, okay? Bye-bye, and I hope I see you soon at the Colombo face-to-face, like we have been waiting for that for a long time, okay, guys? So bye-bye, thank you very much for the audience, and I really appreciate you being here, okay?